Hi, so I'm here to do another college video because I realized how much I missed doing them and got so much good feedback on the one I just posted last week. If you haven't watched it, it's just my advice to my freshman self. A lot of people want to see sorority kind of videos, and I have done a recruitment advice video way back, I'm so ancient. Right after my freshman year I filmed one, so 2 years ago. So you can definitely go back and watch that. I think it's still relevant, but the thing about that video and most videos about recruitment on YouTube that I know of, it's fresh people who just finished their freshman year, have only been in the sorority for a year or even a semester, and have only gone through recruitment as a potential new member of PNM and not as a sorority member. Do your best to remain unbiased, and I know this is so difficult. If you have preconceived notions going into recruitment, it can really put a damper on your experience because you might think you know which sorority you want when in reality it's completely different than what you've seen on their freaking Tumblr pages or something like that. One thing I really want to talk about that I feel like no one brings up on these videos, but like Greek, I can't even say it. Greek rank. Why is it different? Greek rank. Greek? What? I don't want to like say this to bring a bunch of attention to it and have people look on it now that I've said it, but it's just Greek rank is just one of those stupid anonymous websites. It's like Goober Gossip all over again. That place was like a nightmare to begin with. Definitely do not want to base any of your decision on Greek rank. It is the dumbest thing. None of those like posts are accurate. If it's saying like I'm a frat guy and these are the real ranks of like the hottest sororities, it's not a frat guy. Those are not real ranks. Ranks are not important. If you are in a sorority and you are experiencing the Greek life and part of the school, like you know how much of a joke Greek rank is and how inaccurate it is. You know, sometimes if a sorority's like not really talked about on it or put lower on the ranks or anything, like it might just be because the girls literally are never on that website, so they don't rank themselves. And I don't want this to sound like there's girls in certain sororities that'll just rank themselves and care about their rankings and it's so competitive and catty, because it's really not. It's just such a small population. It's the same, I swear, like 5 people going on there and trying to like one up each other. So just ignore it. If you're nervous, just put yourself in the sorority girl's shoes. Like think about it, flip your perspective for a bit, because when you think about it, like you really don't have to be nervous. They're just as nervous as you. I can guarantee for you as a PNM, you're only representing yourself and you only are accountable for yourself. But in a sorority, you are portraying your entire group of 150 or 80 girls that you are associated with. You're representing all of them at the same time. So it's a lot of pressure, and it's kind of nerve-wracking for someone in a sorority too, because they want to like give a good impression. If you think about it that way, I think that makes recruitment a lot less nerve-wracking. So just go into it relaxed, open-minded, smile, and like make them feel comfortable too, because they're probably just as nervous as you. And another thing that I think is really important, a lot of people don't mention in recruitment advice, is don't be afraid to talk about dues. And I know a lot of people say like, don't talk about bills, don't talk about money. Maybe to a certain extent, like don't brag about how rich your family is. But when it comes to dues, like that's a completely open for conversation topic. Every house is different, so don't be afraid to ask at different houses. They should be able to tell you. It's not like private. It is something that you need to know before going into it. And dues will vary from school to school. For example, my dues are a lot cheaper than probably Southern schools because we don't have sorority houses to upkeep. So that takes a lot of the cost away. The new member dues are more expensive than the active dues. So you have to look at that. Like, don't look at the new member dues and be like, oh my God, I can't afford this for all of college, because it does get cheaper the longer you stay in it. Another important thing is to be completely engaged and present in the moment. Don't be thinking about the house you just left and how in love with them you are. If nothing else, like you're having an opportunity to meet new people. So just smile, look them in the eye, and be present, and not thinking about like forming the perfect next thing you're gonna say or anything like that. Just like go with the flow and be present and be engaged and happy to be there. So going along with that, being open-minded and giving recruitment a chance to work and run its course. I know it might be hard if you feel like it's unfair and you're getting cut from houses that you thought you had a great connection with and everything. Give it a chance, go through the process. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people in sorority recruitment videos say like, go all the way through, you know, you might really love it, blah, blah, blah. But if you know you're really unhappy, just know yourself and don't force it. Be honest with yourself, and like, if you think it's the right thing to do, it's okay to drop a sorority. Like, it's not the end of the world. I have friends who dropped their sorority freshman year, and then they did rush again as a sophomore and found a place where they actually are happy and belong. Do not dwell too much on the sororities you're cut from. Like, chances are you're going to be cut from at least one. It's really common. Like the people that you think are awesome and perfect and every sorority would want them, like they've been cut from a house or two. Like it's okay. It's okay to be sad at first, but just kind of move on, because if they didn't want you or didn't see you as a good fit, that's not somewhere where you should want to be anyway, because like you should be somewhere where they also want you and feel like you mesh well with the sorority. Okay guys, sorry, I'm having like technical difficulties with my camera tripod, so just ignore this like change of framing. But my last thing I want to talk about is in recruitment, you should definitely focus on yourself rather than others and like outside groups and how they influence you and everything. That sounds kind of weird, but for example, I talked to a girl who literally was just like so uninterested. She was just sitting there and she was like, yeah, like my older brother is already here. He's an SAE and he just already has told me he like knows I'm gonna be a ZBZ, so like it doesn't really matter. Like she said that and it's just so rude. I didn't know how to respond to that. It just puts me and other sorority girls in an awkward place. So don't bring in outside people, just talk about yourself, you know, name dropping, saying like, yeah, I went to high school with Sarah in your sorority, she like loves me, she said I'd make a great Zeta Beta Zeta, you know. Obviously you can like talk about other people if it relates to you, like talking about how your science teacher in high school made such a big impact on your life, like that's obviously like go for it. But don't keep going on and on about how much this certain frat loves you and you always party with them and things like that. They don't want to hear about your brother. They don't want to hear about other sororities. They just want to hear about you in that moment talking to them, you know? Also, I wanted to talk about how I chose my sorority. When you're there, you should feel like you're not in recruitment. You should forget that you're like walking to all these houses and trying to impress them and get them to like you. You should just feel like you're hanging out with a group of friends that you're already comfortable with and just talking about things that you love. All of a sudden the round was over and I was like, wait, what? Like I just want to stay here and talk to these girls because they're so awesome. What I tell girls when I was recruiting too is like the way I chose my sorority is I immediately looked up to all the people that I talked to and just wanted to be like them. And you should surround yourself with people that inspire you and that make you want to be a better person, you know? Like it's not just in surrounding yourself by people that you think are cool and are easy to talk to and you have fun with. Also, a sorority should lift you up and motivate you. And you're like, wow, like I just want to be just like her when I grow up. Like that's what Theta has been to me, and every day like they inspire me so much. And I could go on about this, blah blah blah, but being in a sorority is so rewarding. I definitely recommend it, and if you go in with an open mind and smile and be yourself, you will find that group for you and you will find that home away from home. I hope this helped you. I'm so excited for all of you going through recruitment. I'd love to answer more of your questions in the comments below. Make sure to check out all my other college videos on this playlist, College Survival Guide, and I will see you in my next video. And comment down below other college videos you want to see as well, or tweet me them. Peace out, Girl Scout.